Packer is a fellow Rothermere American Institute at the Oxford University, and he joins us live now. First of all, of course, your reaction to this announcement, the formal announcement now by Joe Biden that he will run again in 2024.
I mean, not at all surprising. Everyone's been expecting that to come for a while. He's been very obvious he was running again. The way that the other significant Democratic candidates aren't running, they wouldn't have been pulling themselves out if they didn't think he was going to run. I mean, as your report rightly said, he is 80, so there is every chance. There is some chance he might get sufficiently ill, he'll have to pull out at some point. But I think that's less likely than not. And he's definitely running for re-election, and to the surprise of no one, really.
And what do you think his central message will be? As John Brain just mentioned, there are issues with regards to his popularity from within his own party and, of course, his age.
Well, at least at the moment, obviously, presidents usually get slightly more popular in an election year as people remember the alternatives. But at the moment, he's disapproved of a net 12 points. He's barely ahead of Donald Trump in the election polls, which might mean he'd lose because the Electoral College is well designed for Donald Trump. He's slightly behind DeSantis. So I think that by far the biggest message is going to be the other guys are dangerous and scary, vote for me, which is any incumbent who isn't strongly popular. That always ends up being their main message. It's a powerful message, and I think it's as likely as not to win.
And just a bit more on his message. I just watched the video, that 3-minute video that Joe Biden put out. He said, 4 years ago, I said we were in a battle for the soul of America. The questions we face are whether we'll have more freedom, less freedom, more rights, fewer rights. Let's finish the job. What does he mean by that, to actually finish the job?
I think at the risk of being cynical, it's the kind of nice things presidents say when they're running for re-election, because it's a bit uninspiring to your base to say we're running to keep the status quo for as long as possible. I think to some degree he's trying to tie into concerns that Donald Trump in particular, by no means guaranteed to be the Republican candidate, is a menace to democracy, is a fascist, or at least is got the kind of personality. I think it's also, I doubt he'd have used that language a year ago, or a few years back. I think it's hugely, because Roe versus Wade has been overturned. American legislatures can make abortion law for the first time for over 40 years. And so that means abortion is up. And bans on very early abortion or abortions in extreme circumstances like rape are particularly unpopular. So the Democrats believe abortion is working in their favor. And at the moment, they're probably right. So having said that, late-term abortions are very unpopular. In fact, Joe Biden himself used to oppose them. So if that gets raised in the campaign, abortion might be a bit trickier for them. But they clearly see abortion as their main issue. And it's a fairly standard story. When you get big policy change, people react against it. So the fact that it's now possible for American states to ban abortion means it's a pro-choice wave.
All right, Tom, we'll leave it there. Tom Packer, thank you so much.